My beloved saints upon earth, I know that you, in your heart and soul, desire to be pleasing to God. For that is why you pray. That is why you give in these hours of the early morning light your service to heaven, fashioning through the light that you bear, and offering your minds true to God's mind, your hearts true to God's heart, your souls true to God's Spirit, your all, in praise, in devotion, in adoration to the one eternal light. To be pleasing to God is holy work. And in the purity of your souls, and the simplicity of beingness, there is a radiant field of light that emanates from you as the distillation of your spirit, one with God's, that rises into the atmosphere as a pleasing aroma, a divine fragrance that the Almighty receives, and that is truly pleasing to the very beingness of the Creator. When you are in this lovely state of presence, the joy field around you co-creates with angels who alight in your midst a sense of reverence, of peace, of tranquility that truly is miraculous, magnanimous, beautiful to behold. And we, the archangels and archai, support you in this holy endeavor to be pleasing to God. For what else is there for a true son or daughter of the one to be save this? As children, you looked to your parents, even as godparents of a sort, and you desired so much to emulate them, to bring to them various things that you created. You did indeed desire to be pleasing to your parents most of the time. To find again this state of being within yourself toward the Almighty, and to live your days and your nights in this state of presence, affords you the great opportunity to rise in consciousness, to behold the workings within the heaven world, to understand the nature of evolution in light, to indeed work with ascended beings even while embodied upon earth, For when you are pleasing to God, you are holy, and in that pure state, there is the blessedness of the Holy Spirit within and around you, the graces of God flowing through and supporting you. And dearest ones, truly this is the state of those temple virgins, of those priests and priestesses of the sacred fire of yore, which even now you are endeavoring to emulate and be in this time. Through these services, you are bringing back this ancient tradition of living in the field of purity within the great temples of light that existed then, exist now in the etheric planes, and are being recreated upon earth in various sacred places where you congregate, where you worship, where you engage in this sacred work. Yes, dearest ones, if you could see all that we behold that occurs during these services, you would be amazed at what cosmic beings often come to accentuate the light that you emanate, those visuals that you allow to manifest through your higher vision center, those feelings that are expanded throughout the universe of your love for one another, for all life, for nature, for God. Truly, in these moments of the sacredness of this experience, you enter into a new domain of being, and then, remaining there in consciousness throughout your day, you actually, as alchemists of the Spirit, perform the mystical manifestation within your being of the union of heaven and earth, right within your heart, right within your soul. You walk as initiates, you walk as the saintly ones. I aver it, for I see it. I behold it, even as I behold each of you as inviolate and light, as pure as golden liquid light, as a crystal, clear, undefiled, beautiful. As your Mary, I come to remind you of this mission, of how important are these sacred moments of your togetherness in your sanctuaries and your temples. Even as you have heard Godfrey call you to your summer solstice class, we call you again and again into the inner sanctuary of the secret chamber of your heart to employ your gifts and graces daily to recreate upon earth what existed once and what is coming again into manifestation through the virtuous lives of the saints, east and west. Yes, we, the Great White Brotherhood, will perform a sacred alchemy near Washington, D.C. for those who see the value in being there in person, who see themselves as a part of the solution to the dilemma of this age, of all of the angst, all of the schisms that have manifest within your civilization, which can be resolved through brother sisterhood and love, through givingness and compassion. Oh, blessed ones, if you only knew how many ascended beings would be almost tangibly present in your midst. You would be there and make the supreme effort to sacrifice something of self and of your time, and yes, your finances, to support Godfrey, Saint Germain, El Morya, and the great masters who have carved out from within this nation a people dedicated and consecrated to freedom, freedom of the soul to soar, to be one again with God. This land is a land of opportunity, and that is why so many seek to be here. And though we understand all of the dynamics at play, and the laws, the human laws that are in place within your society and government, there is a higher law that exists based on love, compassion, and oneness that we see manifesting one day throughout the world, where there will be no more isms and schisms, divisions and labels, where all will serve the one light in a harmony, in a sacred family of oneness. Yet that day is not yet, dearest ones, and so freedom must be defended, protected. Here in America and throughout the world. And this conference, so consecrated to the resurrection of the light of freedom within America, will be pivotal in what we, the Ascended Masters, desire to manifest through the various alchemies and initiations and initiatives that we work with to bring about a new cosmic collective consciousness of Christic beingness throughout America, where all put aside their divisions and work for unity, for harmony, for peace. If you pray to me with all your heart, I will assist you, financially and otherwise, to free you to be there in person. And even some who feel that their bodies are too fragile to travel, I say to you, look at the history of those who came even to Jesus to receive his healing touch. Some from many, many miles, walking day and night for days and even weeks to receive his love, his healing balm. It may just be that some of you may be physically healed through the presence of the great masters of light there. And I can assure you that there will be great transformative changes in the lives and worlds of many of you as a result of your sacrificial giving, of your beingness and presence at the appointed hour to support Godfrey and all who will be speaking unto you and offering their light, their divine energy. There you have it, dearest ones. I have called you saints, and yet I also admonish you to remain in that stately level of consciousness. For there are dark forces that must be held at bay, lest they dash your greatest hopes and dreams through their treacherous ways, to take some away from this path, as some have already succumbed through a lack of awareness, at times through selfishness, or through non-vision of how important they are to this cause, and of how they could have given so much more had they simply listened and obeyed to the Master's voice through this one and from within themselves. Oh, how we have wept tears of sorrow when some who have been consecrated to this dispensation have left in the night or departed with nary a word, slinking into their own covens, their own layers of self-pity, of self-doubt. How can we save these when they have heard the teachings for years and decades? It is truly difficult, dearest ones, for us to understand why some have left off of so great an opportunity to do their own thing because they did not see the pure vision of what you together are co-creating in this community of light. Even some of these I, Mary, will visit in person and see if a miracle may be wrought to bring them back to the fold of the Good Shepherd. For God will have His own in due time, yet it is better for many to walk in the light now rather than to have to experience many, many more rounds of incarnations, procrastinating their victory because of their sense of self-importance rather than humility, as you, the humble ones have understood it and manifest it. Pray without ceasing for the salvation of souls. Give your rosaries with your entire being as an offering to the Almighty, for I assure you, dearest ones, that these prayers are heard, acted upon, and are truly miraculous in their ability to assuage greater suffering and pain upon the earth and to save souls everywhere. Now I bless you each one with a mother's touch, with a helping hand, with deeper understanding of who you are, and an inner desire through service to remain in a state of peace and equanimity. And I shield you from the dark spirits that attack your alchemies, your oneness, your communiques, your harmony. My only warning to all is to remain harmonious, treat each other with the highest regard and respect and reverence. See the Christ, the Buddha, the Divine Mother within everyone, and in the state of true reverence and holiness, all shall both feel that they are saints and then act as such every day in every way. Thank you, my beloveds, my roses of light, my precious ones. Good day.